Someone convince me in the comments. Doesn't matter. I'm open-minded about this. You know, I will change my mind if someone has something interesting to say about the whole Natty or Not series. I will change my mind. Hey guys, so you just saw me do a really light upper body workout. You know, just some Larson press, just some pull-ups, just some bicep curls. I want to talk to you guys about this whole Natty or Not series and like, why do people do it? What my opinion on it is. Will I be doing Natty or Not? I'll tell you right now, not gonna do Natty or Not. Don't ask me to do it because the answer will either be I don't know, because I have not seen this guy pin his ass, and like if he's extremely huge, I'll probably be like, most likely he is, I don't know. But yeah, so why do people do Natty or Nots, right? Because I see the biggest reason is because oh, this influencer is lying to his young audience, his naive audience, and he's setting a false standard, you know. And it's just like I said, can you really tell if someone's not natty unless you see them pin their ass, right? And then they go and they justify it by being like, oh well, this guy, he's getting paid to look good. This guy is blah 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 blah. He makes money off of this, so he has so much incentive. You know, whether or not he gets paid to look good, oh, he has incentive to take it. And people take incentive as, you know, proof. And it's just like, I have incentive to take drugs, you know, now that I'm blowing up on social media. I haven't. You could look at pictures of me from 5 years ago. My physique hasn't changed all that much, you know. You can't just be rationalizing all these random things, you know. Unless you have solid proof, you can't really say someone's not natty, you know. And it's just like, okay, let's say they aren't natty, and it's just like, okay, so what now? He's scamming his audience, you know, like, first off, hopefully you should be buying stuff because you legitimately like the product, or you want to support the person because you genuinely like the person, right? If someone is buying a product thinking that they'll look like that person, like, it's a little silly in my opinion. And let's say the person isn't on steroids. Let's say they aren't on anything. Then what? Are they still setting a false standard? Or are you going to tell them, hey man, you should tell your audience that you have great genetics and they will never achieve what you've achieved because you have great genetics? I don't care. It's not natty or not anymore. It's great genetics or not, right? So that's my whole opinion on it. I think the whole natty or not series is kind of silly. I feel like people mainly do it not because they want to call out liars, but because it gets views, right? Drama, lots of drama. Name dropping, I could be like Bradley Martin, natty or not. I could put Bradley Martin in my title now. People will click it. Yeah, just calling people liars and dropping these really hefty accusations, and things that don't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. Does it? I don't know. Someone convince me in the comments. Does it matter? I'm open-minded about this. I will change my mind if someone has something interesting to say about the whole natty or not series. I will change. So I want to talk about like why I would give someone the benefit of the doubt, instead of just jumping to conclusions, right? So let's talk about genetics, right? Let's talk about how wide the genetic extremes are, how much of a gap there are between the extremes, right? Let's say males, right? The average male height is about 5'9", right? There are males out there who are under 5 feet. There are males out there who are 4'11". There are males out there who are 7 feet, Someone who is 4'11", someone who's 5 feet could wear 12-inch heels, extremely big heels, and still be towered over by the 7-foot guy. Now, let's apply that idea of a really big gap in genetic extremities, right? Apply it to building muscle and strength, right? You could take as much steroids as you want. If you have shitty genetics, you will probably look nowhere near as good as someone who has extremely good genetics, right? And it seems as though in the fitness industry that people do not believe in great genetics, right? You are either average, shitty genetics, or on steroids. If you have truly great genetics, that doesn't exist. You're taking steroids, because if you have truly great genetics, you're probably thriving in the fitness industry, and since you're thriving, you have incentive to take something, right? So if you want to make it as a truly natty influencer, you have to have decent average genetics, right? Because if you have great genetics, you will get accused left and right. And I guess another big reason why people do these natty or nots is so it gets people to stop comparing themselves to that person, but let's say the person truly is natty, what then? Are you gonna someone's genetic could be so great that even if you do take gear, you can't fathom being like that. So just don't compare yourself and just focus on beating yourself, being better than you were before. That's all that matters in the end. And eventually you'll get to a level where you probably have to compare yourself if you want to be at the top, if you want to be competitive. But if you're just starting out, why compare yourself, right? Why? If you're just starting out, there are so many people who are better than you when you're starting out. Just focus on improving yourself. That's all that matters. And I think that'll be all I have to say for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Is that how you do a YouTube outro? Anyway, have a good day, you guys.